Dawn breaks over the Giza Plateau. A whisper of light touches the horizon. The first rays of the sun, a brilliant gold, stretch across the vast, empty desert. They creep forward, inch by inch, until they find the peak of a great, triangular silhouette. The Great Pyramid of Khufu. For a moment, it's a beacon in the pre-dawn gloom. Khufu revealed. Khafra revealed. Menkaure revealed. The morning mist burns away. The world awakens to a scene sculpted by millennia. These are not mere structures. They are mountains, born from the hands of humankind. They have stood here silent and watchful for over 4,000 years. The sun's journey across the sky is a slow, majestic procession. Midday heat shimmers above the stones, creating mirages in the distance. The pyramids seem to breathe in the intense white light, their limestone surfaces glowing with an almost otherworldly brilliance. Below, the desert sands shift and swirl. Winds, ancient as the pyramids themselves, sculpt the dunes into ever-changing patterns. The grains of sand, each a tiny fragment of a forgotten mountain, whisper against the massive blocks. A sound that has echoed here since the time of the pharaohs. It is the sound of eternity itself. As day gives way to dusk, the spectacle is reborn, but in a different key. The sun, now a fiery orange orb, sinks towards the western desert. Crimson purple gold, the pyramids which stood so starkly under the midday sun now begin to dissolve into shadow. Long dark fingers stretch eastward from their bases, racing across the sand. They become great, brooding shapes against a sky on fire. This daily transformation is a ritual. It is a performance of light and shadow that has played out uninterrupted for more than 45 centuries. The last sliver of the sun disappears, and a deep velvet darkness descends upon the plateau. In the deepening gloom, they connect the earth below with the emerging stars above. Here, in the silence of the desert, one can almost feel the turning of the planet itself, with these ancient wonders as its steadfast companions. To truly comprehend the pyramids, one must draw closer. From the air, they are perfect shapes. On the ground, they are a landscape of their own. Each structure is built from millions of limestone granite blocks. Some of these stones weigh more than a small elephant. They are colossal. Standing at the base of the Great Pyramid, one is humbled by the sheer scale of the undertaking. The blocks rise in steps, a giant staircase reaching for the heavens. One can run a hand over the surface, feeling the texture of the stone. It is rough, weathered by countless sandstorms and the relentless sun. The marks of ancient tools are still visible, faint grooves and cuts left by the hands that shaped them. The pathways that wind around the pyramids are worn smooth. They have been trodden by millions of footsteps over thousands of years. Priests, soldiers, kings, travelers from every corner of the world have walked here. Each footstep is a connection to the past. You can see where the original, smooth, white casing stones have been stripped away over the centuries, revealing the coarser core blocks beneath. Only at the very top of Khafra's pyramid does a small section of this polished casing remain. A ghostly reminder of how these monuments must have once looked, gleaming, brilliant white structures visible for miles. The precision is astonishing. The gaps between these enormous blocks are, in many places, so fine that one cannot slip a piece of paper between them. How was this achieved without modern machinery, without lasers, without the tools we deem essential? It is a question that deepens the sense of wonder. Each block was quarried, transported, and lifted into place with an accuracy that would challenge engineers today. This was not just construction, it was artistry on a monumental scale. Every stone is a testament to the ingenuity and the unwavering determination of an entire civilization, united in a single colossal purpose. The pyramids are a paradox. They are at once simple, geometric forms and impossibly complex feats of engineering. To be here is to feel the immense weight of time. It is to stand in the presence of something so old that it redefines our own sense of history and our place within it. How was such a feat possible? The answer lies not in magic, but in human endeavor. Imagine the scene, 4,500 years ago. The banks of the Nile teem with life. Tens of thousands of workers are gathered. They are not slaves, as was once believed. Skilled laborers, farmers, craftsmen. They worked in rotational shifts, a form of civil service. Perhaps religious devotion to their divine king. Their collective energy was the true power that built the pyramids. We see them, bodies glistening under the Egyptian sun, working together with a shared sense of purpose. The movement of the stones was a logistical masterpiece, great blocks of limestone quarried from nearby cliffs. harder granite brought from Aswan, hundreds of miles to the south. The stones loaded onto wooden sledges, men pouring water on the sand before the sledges, reducing friction and allowing them to be hauled across the desert. It was a slow, arduous process. Teams of workers chanting in unison pulled on thick ropes, their muscles straining with the effort. Their rhythm was the heartbeat of the construction site, a symphony of organized labor, a dance of strength and coordination. To lift the stones, they likely used ramps. Great earthen ramps grew with the structure, perhaps straight, perhaps winding around the pyramid like a serpent. Pulleys, levers, animated graphic of workers with stone block and ramp. Slowly, painstakingly, block by block, the pyramid rose from the desert floor. At night, the work would not cease entirely, torches flickering across the construction site, casting long, dancing shadows, ensuring the structure was not just a tomb, but a resurrection machine, a gateway to eternity for the soul of the king. As night falls, the true genius of the pyramids reveals itself in a different dimension. The desert sky, free from the glare of modern cities, is like a breathtaking tapestry of stars. The Milky Way stretches overhead like a celestial river. And here we find one of the most enduring mysteries. The Pyramids of Giza are not randomly placed. They are aligned with breathtaking precision. The four sides of the Great Pyramid are almost perfectly oriented to the four cardinal points: north, south, east, west. The accuracy is so remarkable that it defies easy explanation. It suggests a profound understanding of astronomy. Look closely at the three main pyramids. Their layout on the ground mirrors the three stars of Orion's belt. The size of the pyramids even seems to correlate with the brightness of the stars they represent. Could this be a coincidence? Or did the ancient Egyptians see a connection between their earthly kingdom and the heavens? They believed their kings would ascend to the stars after death, to join Osiris, the god of the afterlife, who was associated with the constellation of Orion. It seems the pyramids were not just tombs, they were a reflection of the cosmos, an attempt to create heaven on earth. The mystery deepens when we consider the shafts that extend from the inner chambers of the Great Pyramid. For a long time, they were thought to be for ventilation, but they are not. They are precisely angled to point towards specific stars as they would have appeared in the sky thousands of years ago. A shaft from the king's chamber points towards Orion. Another, from the queen's chamber, points towards the star Sirius. These were not air shafts. They were star shafts, channels for the pharaoh's soul to travel from his earthly resting place directly to his celestial destiny. This knowledge forces us to reconsider our perception of this ancient culture. They were not simply master builders, they were master astronomers. They possessed a deep, intricate knowledge of the cycles of the sun, the moon, and the stars. They stand as a link between the terrestrial and the celestial, a bridge built of stone and starlight. For all that we can see, the greatest mysteries of the pyramids may still lie hidden. The Giza Plateau is not just a surface. It is a complex landscape of causeways, temples, and smaller tombs, much of which remains buried beneath the sand. For every discovery made, there is a sense that we have only scratched the surface. Modern technology, such as ground-penetrating radar and cosmic ray meography, is allowing us to peer inside the stone without moving a single block. These new eyes are revealing anomalies, voids, and hidden corridors that were previously unknown. Recent scans of the Great Pyramid have hinted at the existence of a large, undiscovered void, a hidden chamber located deep within the structure. What could it be? Is it another burial chamber? Perhaps the true resting place of King Khufu, still untouched after 4,500 years? Is it a construction chamber, left behind by the builders? Or does it hold something else entirely? Papyri, artifacts, a trove of knowledge from the ancient world. The possibility is honestly tantalizing. The pyramid, which has stood in silence for so long, may still have profound secrets to share. Beneath the pyramids, a network of tunnels and shafts is thought to exist. Legends speak of a hall of records, a mythical library said to contain the history and wisdom of a lost civilization that predates the ancient Egyptians. While this remains in the realm of myth, the search for hidden chambers continues to drive exploration. Every new tunnel cleared, every new scan analyzed, brings with it the thrill of potential discovery. The pyramids guard their secrets well, but they offer just enough clues to keep us searching, to keep us digging, to keep us dreaming of what might lie just beyond our reach. And so, the pyramids endure. They are a question written in stone, an answer that we may never fully decipher. The quest to unlock their secrets is a journey that connects us to our most distant ancestors and to the timeless human desire to understand our place in the universe.